So basically, what you guys must understand is you discover the app through TikTok. You guys are like the crypto natives, they know they are on Discord. So when we ship the games, we basically explain the rules on Discord and stuff. But if you download FocusTree and try the game, you won't understand anything. Like if you don't have because also it's a lot of peer-to-peer education in crypto, which means like in North Star, you probably ask some other guy like, okay, let's do a garden. How does it work exactly? So it's much easier to understand the rules, for example. And also it's really fun because to have a game as a crypto because it adds more utility to the ties. But the Web2 students first, they discover the app, they are alone. So it needs to be very clear. So it's really like the UX needs to be simplified for them. They have no idea how crypto works. What is a gas fees? What is Stark? What is Ethereum even?
Hello, my dear Starknet friends. Welcome back to the Star Cafe, the podcast show where we host the most interesting projects and personalities building on Starknet. And this time we have a very good friend of ours, Gabin. Hello, my friend. How is it going?
It's amazing. I mean, the market sentiment is really bad, right? But I'm a fighting guy, so I love that. There's so much we can do, and there's so much opportunity for Starknet ecosystem. So it's at those moments where you have to stand up and fight, and I love that. I'm more of a wartime guy than a peacetime guy. So yeah,
absolutely, I completely agree with you, and I also think that in times like these, you have a lot of opportunities, as you were saying, and the victories of the future are built during such times. So we just need to pull our socks up and work hard and bring Starknet to the world. And FocusTree, so for those who don't know it, Gabin is one of the co-founders of FocusTree, which is an app, a dApp, a phone dApp, which helps people fighting their phone addiction, and it helps them optimizing their time, and so that they can dedicate their time to study or to work and so on without being distracted too often by their phone. And I think it's a problem that we all have. And FocusTree has been doing a great job for longer than a year on mainnet, if I remember well. So I think it would be great to have a summary of what FocusTree is and what you've been working on for the past 2 years since you began building on Starknet, and why you chose Starknet.
Whoa, so many things to discuss. No, yeah. Yeah. Maybe before that, sorry, I'm a bit hijacking your question, but I want to take the time to celebrate what we've achieved as a Starknet community, because 2 years ago, the TPS was really low. The transaction was like 30 seconds. The cost was more than $1. You remember?
Yes, I do. I do remember.
And now we are like even cheaper than Solana, even faster than Solana, even more reliable. So, okay, there's so many things that don't go well on Starknet, but just let's celebrate what all the people involved have built so far. Also put in perspective, other ecosystems. Like you wouldn't want to be on Blast or, this kind of ecosystem who had a lot of attention for 3 months and then they are completely dead. At least Starknet is built on rock solid fundamentals, and we know it's going to be there in 10 years. So yeah, I mean, we need to really push hard, but don't forget like how far we've come. Yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that was very motivational, and I think we should all be very grateful for the years that we spent on Starknet, and and be ready for the future that I'm sure will be very bright.
Yeah. So maybe I can answer your question now.
Yeah, sure.
So so you really pitched it well. Like FocusTree is a focus app for students to help them fight social media addiction. Initially, we built it for Web3, like Starknet users. Like we built a mobile app so that they would block their phone and, just spend time with family or don't use their phone while they sleep, this kind of stuff. And it was really fun. If you remember, Nostar, we created a lot of gardens, one for each project on Starknet. It was a good time. We did a competition and stuff. But then I think it was end of the year 2023. So, okay, great start. Was really good. Then in 2024, we were like, okay, now we have like 10K users or 20K, but how do we grow? And we tried to grow outside of Starknet because, you know, everybody knew us at the time on Starknet. So we were looking to expand to Base and Blast. And then we realized, okay, we're fighting a lot with crypto to get attention and stuff. But the real people who want to focus actually are not the crypto people. They are the students, because, you know, at the end of the year, you have exams. If you succeed them, can change your life. So it's a huge problem. And also this new generation, they have TikTok. It's so addictive to them. So yeah, the timing and this audience was great for us. So in summer 2024, we announced, hey guys, we're doing a bold move. We're going to target this audience. It's Web2, we know. We stay for a Web3 app, but this market is so much bigger, and we think like the value of the projects will be 10x, 100x bigger in the end. So at the time, the community was really worried. But yeah, basically, we did this big, bold move in summer 2024. And initially, it was a big failure, because when you show a crypto app to a Web2 student, they're like, what the fuck is that? You know, what's a wallet? What is this symbols? It was like ETH symbol, all this kind of stuff. Like, what is an NFT? What is gas fees? What is a seed phrase? It was too much. So we're like, okay, we need to remove those crypto aspects of the app in the short term to make the app work for them. And then we can put it back in a fitting way. So that's what we done. We put all the Web3 stuff and we put it behind an option in the settings. And we iterated for 6 months. And at the end, we were able to have a very nice traction coming from TikTok. Like right now, we're approaching 200K monthly active users. So yeah, so 6 months after, it was a good bet, but yeah, it was very risky. And now I think the communities, at least the one who understood our vision, really understand like, well, actually, I might be early investor on the next Duolingo. Like if those guys do another 10x, they'll be in the range of a $1 billion company according to Web2 standards. So yeah, I think now it's starting to get very interesting for early users. The only thing is, to have this product market fit, we need to do a lot of changes to the app, and that sucks because we initially launched for them. So we gave utility to trees, some stuff we needed to change. So I understand like it was not well received, but yeah, it's needed to succeed.
Very cool. I completely agree with you, because in the end, you know, life is changes. And yeah, we've gone through different phases also of the market. As you were saying at the beginning, I think you also helped the whole Starknet ecosystem as FocusTree, because through the building of personalized gardens for each sub-community of Starknet, that worked very well as a marketing and community building initiative. And it helped us also building a very organic community. And then you've also been, you know, the leading consumer dApp on Starknet, and yeah, and we completely understand also your need to change the target users, you know, and it makes total sense. And maybe it would be also through a different approach that you described in a recent post of yours that we are showing here. You said that it could be a way also to turn these students into crypto users eventually.
Yeah.
And yeah, so maybe it would be great to have some comments on this post that you published last week.
Yeah. So the TLDR of the post is we need to remove all the initial crypto aspect of the app, and then we need to put them back, but then in a different way, so that even a Web2 user can use them, you know? So people, you know, that don't like change. So they were like, but okay, the game, I bought the trees, blah, blah, blah. So it's really hard. I understand like some put money, but if we don't do that, we just, let's say I listen to them. We don't do any change. We keep targeting crypto users. We do the TGE now. So if we do the TGE now, probably the FDV will be less than 100 million. Like all other, even a Kubo is less, is really small valuation. So if we do that, you guys will just get a piece of a cake that's really small. But if you trust us and trust, like we have all interest to make a big pie, then you will get a much bigger piece of the cake. So that's the TLDR, is like, trust us, we're doing something big. If we fail, you get zero. We get zero. Like we spent 3 years on that. We can fail, right? But if we succeed, you guys get a meaningful part of this. So that's what we promise, is like, you're part of something big or something that goes to zero. You're not part of the small things, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I think those are very wise words. And the goal should be also onboarding a lot of users, because if we don't onboard new users and the old world on chain, we're going to suffer a lot of failure as a whole, also crypto community. So I think that these decisions go in the right direction. And in the end, as long as the dApp is on chain, shouldn't affect crypto natives. So I think that you're making the right choice. You have my full backing, also as one of your investors, and I'm very, very, very proud of you and of Laurent as well. You've been doing amazing things. So I think that there shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, feedback must be always welcome. And I saw that you answered to some people who were sharing some worries. And as you were saying, in the end, you're making this decision for the best of all parties involved.
Exactly.
And Starknet included. So we need to explore this new dimension. I wanted to know which are the feedbacks that you received by the Web2 students, so to speak, and how you're planning to integrate them in the new approach that you're taking.
So, no, I mean, okay.
As a UX, you already gave us some hints earlier.
So basically, what you guys must understand is you discover the app through TikTok. You guys are like the crypto natives, they are on Discord. So when we ship the games, we basically explain the rules on Discord and stuff. But if you download FocusTree and try the game, you won't understand anything. Like if you don't have because also it's a lot of peer-to-peer education in crypto, which means like the North Star, you probably ask some other guy like, okay, let's do a garden. How does it work exactly? So it's much, much easier to understand the rules, for example. And also it's really fun because to have a game as a crypto, because it adds more utility to the tiles. But the Web2 students first, they discover the app, they are alone. So it needs to be very clear. So it's really like the UX needs to be simplified for them. They have no idea how crypto works. What is a gas fees? What is Stark? What is Ethereum even? So you need to, it's much, much, much harder to make the same app work for them. Like it's impossible. So you have to redo the app small piece by small piece and talk to them. And if they're confused, you need to understand why. You need to adapt, iterate a lot. So that's what we've been doing. And that's why, there's no shortcut. You need just to iterate a lot on their feedbacks until you hit a nice balance where they discover the app alone, they invite a few friends, they have fun. Eventually they make money with crypto and they get into that more and more, like they discover other like lending and yield and stuff like that. But it needs to be step by step.
Thanks a lot for clarifying on this point. And I imagine also like students are very good at at spreading the word. So I imagine some some students sharing about their FocusTree experience with their own their own not colleagues, their own co-students, and in the class itself. So it would like in a class of 30 people, the game can spread very, very fast. And also in a university, in a high school, the word goes fast very, very well. And then also after school, people meet other students, meet other people who are also meet their friends who are also students in other schools, and that creates a good chain. So hopefully I'm sure something like that is already happening, but hopefully it will be even it will be amplified even more in the near future. And that's it for this part. Very good, Gabin. And I don't know, do you have something to share?
I mean, I can share a few metrics.
Okay.
Let's give some alpha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was about to ask you for some stats. If you can share some stats and some design as well.
So this is a dashboard that I'm tracking. Basically, I want to draw your attention on this graph. It shows like the percentage of users who basically come from word of mouth. And what's really cool is right now we have 26% of people who don't come from TikTok or Instagram or anything. They come because one of their friends invited them. When this number will be to 100 or more, it will mean that the app will just grow by itself, like the COVID virus. So this is the objective, right? And you can see it's trending up. So it's a good sign. Like the more the app, we keep improving it, the more people love the app, the more they share with friends. Right now, we have 8% of people who invite friends. So it's very few people, But when they invite friends, they invite 4 people on average. So 8 times 4, you find roughly this number. This is called the K factor. For each new users, you get 0.28, 0.25 new users that comes. So yeah, this is trending up. I will communicate more. First, we need to reach like 30, 40, 50, and then when we get more than 100, we'll be on a rocket ship.
Is it called the K factor, right?
Yeah, it's called the K factor.
Very cool.
Also, you can see in terms of, I guess, like this is the new users we get per week. Small question to you. When do you think we started TikTok?
I think you started it like mid-November.
Yeah, I think you can just look at the graph, right?
Yeah. I was also just trying to remember the first TikTok post that you shared also on the private chat. Yeah.
So again, on acquisition, so this is Laurent's work. We roughly get 45K new users per week, mostly coming from TikTok, but we have very few creators right now working for us, and we want to. So we have between 5 and 10, and at the end of the quarter, we'll be between 50 to 100. So the idea is we want those bars to be higher and higher. At some point, I want to onboard 100K people per week. And just to get you bullish, guys, on Starknet. Right now, those users, they don't have a wallet because, like I said, seed phrase and everything is complicated. But at the moment we speak, one of my devs is developing the wallet V2, actually 2 of my devs. And it comes with like all those new users will get a wallet deployed on Starknet. We will cover the gas fees thanks to AVNU Paymasters. So they won't have to care about gas fees. They won't have to care about seed phrase because we will split the seed phrase, store it in separate guardians for them. So they don't, even if they forget about the seed phrase, it's fine. We can recover. But if we get hacked, we cannot steal, like the hacker cannot steal the fund of the users. That's the greatness of the design we have. So yeah, this is coming for end of the quarter. So guy, those people will all have a wallet. They will all transact every day on chain when they get their reward. So I'm not sure if you guessed. So yeah, it's gonna be huge in terms of activity on Starknet. And if we 10x FocusTree, this is gonna reflect directly on Starknet. So that's also why I'm trying to push to have more FocusTrees building on Starknet. Because even with the size we are right now, if you have 10 FocusTree, Starknet would have more activity than all other chains combined. It's huge, right?
Yeah, this is the virus we want to see in the future, the FocusTree virus. Yeah, that's impressive, and it's very bullish for FocusTree, for students and for Starknet. So yeah, really looking forward to the day that you will turn the wallet switch on, and all these users will have wallets with a great UX. Without them even realizing, maybe they will realize that, but they won't care too much about the fact that they have a blockchain wallet, right? Because in the end, the best tech is the one that gets unnoticed. So that goes unnoticed, sorry. And so this moves in the direction.
I have another alpha for you, Nurstar. I'm giving a lot of alpha to you because I know you since a long time. You're a friend, so I want to give a lot for the Stark Cafe listeners.
That's great.
We recently conducted a partnership with Argent. So right now, the wallet we deploy with Wallet V1 are Open Zeppelin account, but now it's gonna be with Wallet V2. It's gonna be pure Argent wallets. So the good part is all those students, when they really understand, oh, actually, I have a wallet, I have earned a few tokens through focusing or an NFT, they will be able just to recover their wallet and use it on desktop to try other apps on Starknet. So we really are the gateway to onboard Web2 users right onto the crypto world. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. And yeah, I think the Argent team is great. So yeah, really happy to work with them, especially also imagine with the Argent card, imagine those people, like maybe they're coming from countries where they don't have bank account and stuff. And it might be silly, but we could like really create bank accounts to them. They could save up some money in stable coins in dollar. So there's so much upside potential to have done this partnership with Argent.
Oh, that's breaking news. Thanks a lot for sharing it with the Star Cafe's audience. And I think that we shared a lot of very interesting news, and we covered everything about FocusTree. We went a bit back in the past, and also we talked about the present and the bright future that awaits you and Starknet. So I don't want to abuse too much of your time. And first of all, I would like to thank you so much for coming and to share all these important news with us. with us. And we wish you all the best, to you, to Lauren, to FocusTree. And we really look forward to seeing the next developments and also the ones that you just shared with us today.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Gabin.
Thanks, Northstar. And I want to thank you too to being there, creating a lot of content of education while we are in a local bear market, I would say, in the crypto. So yeah, thanks for your investment. And yeah, we're gonna win. I mean, we have the best teams on Starknet. So and now I think we have a really good vision on what to do this year. And all our efforts combined will very likely lead to success. So really excited to be at the end of the year to see how much we've achieved together. So yeah, really excited.
That's awesome, my friend. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your support. And yeah, also some disclaimer here. Obviously, nothing that we said during this podcast that was financial advice. And obviously, I'm also an investor in FocusTree, so you should know that. And yeah, so this was not financial advice. Once again, thanks a lot, Gabin, and see you next time at the Star Cafe.
Yeah, see you.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.